street-wide M8 engine. An old Samsung Android connected over Bluetooth to the ECU, so I can look at some of the stuff that I'm playing around with right now. Got lambda on both banks, or air-fuel ratio. Throttle position at the throttle. Throttle position at the actual twist grip. Map sensor, engine RPM. I got trip meter because I'm actually dialing in the odometer. Engine temperature, engine gear temp, speed. I'll turn the cruise on for a quick second there. Cruise cancel. I've got it set up to where front brake, rear brake, the throttle there, rolling forward or clutch in will turn off the cruise control like stock. So something else I've got here is if you've got your two-step and you want to be able to adjust that, you can sort of do that on the fly. Sitting still, clutch in, gonna hold the flash to pass for 2 seconds, and when I do that, now my cruise control up and down are going to control what we see on the tach. That's going to be our two-step RPM. I'll lower it down. Okay. Then I've also got the splash to pass button is a rolling launch control, which on a stock bike is pretty boring, but on a turbo bike it'd be pretty cool to get it spooled up. So basically you hold the button, hold the throttle, it's going to hold that engine RPM. When you want to launch, you let go of the button. I'll just show a slow takeoff and kind of putting. If you look at the throttle position versus throttle body position, it's slowed down a little bit so that it takes more throttle early on, try to make your rideability a little bit smoother. That's all customizable. You can have several different maps, so like power modes. You can limit, if you need to, you can limit throttle in like first gear, for example. Keep the bike from spinning or wheeling if it's got a ton of power. Cruise control going there. So no big deal for stock stuff, but replicating all that on the MaxxECU definitely is taking some time. And then since you've got a electronic throttle body, there's a lot of interesting things you can do with that, like throttle blipping and that kind of stuff. So this is kind of a goofy gizmo thing, but just to show how that works. So I've got an internal output set up to do throttle blip if I hold the hazard button in for 2 seconds. You'll see now, like, my twist grip doesn't move, but my throttle position, the throttle body is. So every 2 seconds, it's just giving it a little, like, 12% throttle blip. Hold it again to shut that back off. So that's something else. This is a non-RDRS bike, just ABS, but the wheel speeds are available over CAN. So traction control is an option. I've got it turned on now, I think above 10 or 20 miles an hour, I forget. Enabled always. It could be put on a switch or even different power modes as well. But you kind of have to use a dirt road to show that. But you can hear it actually killing ignition there. I had a target slip percent of 5% in there. With it shut off, it behaves substantially different. I can see the gear indicator working there. Well, the factory dashes pretty much works as stock. old guy, it's kind of scary to see engine temperatures at 275, and I believe that's pretty normal. Even intake air temperature, that sensor is sitting right on top of the head or wherever the hell it sits there. It's pretty high until you actually get some ground speed and cool air. So as far as just butting down the road, does a pretty good job of that. This bike full stock isn't super fun to plug on boost or something, but anyway, I put probably 250 miles or so on it now with the